In today's marketing strategies, getting followers from real marketing comes largely from great content via blogs. In this session, I'll be talking about content and copy for your blogs. The basis for every really good blog is content and copy. And you might be asking, what is the difference between content marketing and copywriting? From a traditional standpoint, the answer to the above question is simple. Content marketing is the creation of valuable content that has a marketing purpose. For example, my company creates an awesome special report and we exchange it for your email address and your permission to educate you more about the content inside. Copywriting, on the other hand, is designed to get the reader to take a specific action. Sometimes it's making a purchase, but it can also be confirming an email opt-in, calling for more information, or going to a store to check out the merchandise. Content marketing is blogs, white papers, and viral video, where copywriting is sales pages, infomercials, and direct mail. Think there's two different things? Well, they're not two different things if you're doing it right. Content without copywriting is a waste of good content. And there are some blogs out there with some really good content, but few readers. Maybe your blog is one of them. If you're writing great stuff and people would love to read it, but you're not getting the kind of traffic you want, the problem lies in ineffective copywriting. Your headlines could be boring and they don't give people a reason to click through. Your headlines might be too cute and clever, showing how smart you are without communicating a real benefit. You haven't explicitly thought about how your content benefits your readers. Just like a product has to have a benefit to a buyer, your content has to be inherently rewarding to readers, or they won't come back. Your content isn't building any rapport or trust. You always get social media attention by being a pest or a train wreck, but attention doesn't translate into subscribers or customers. You haven't leveraged the social proof to show your readers that your blog is a cool place to hang out. And this is tricky when you don't have lots of readers. Maybe you don't have a clear call to action that lets people know what you want them to do next. Remember, copywriting is the art of convincing your reader to take a specific action. And yes, it's still copywriting if it takes the place in a podcast or a video. The thoughtful use of copywriting techniques on your blog will get readers to subscribe to your content, opt in for your new email newsletter, and share your great stuff with others. And that's how you build a large, loyal audience. Copywriting without content is a waste of good copy. So, is copywriting everything? Will effective use of copywriting technique propel you automatically into the ranks of the world's best popular blogs? Well, probably not. But if you do a brilliant job packaging and you fall short of copywriting that's high quality, you're not going to get the result you're looking for. Smart marketers will need to keep these cornerstones of a great content marketing in mind. Remember, generosity is king. When your free content is so valuable that it makes you a little uncomfortable, you know you've got the right mix. If your content looks like an ad, it will be overlooked or thrown away. Make your advertising too valuable to throw away by wrapping it in a wonderful, beneficial, readable content, and that's what your goal is. Content marketing makes for great SEO, but don't make the mistake of writing for search engines. Always write for people first, then go back and make your content search engine friendly so new readers can find you. Really good content is unsurpassed at building rapport, delivering a sales message, and without feeling salesy and getting to the potential customer to stick around. That's why the sharpest copywriting minds are trending more toward content-net approach. They combine strategic copywriting with great content to get the best of both worlds. So here are 5 ways you can open your post that will capture the reader's attention, that will pull them deeper into your content and keep them reading. Number 1, ask a question. Opening your post with a question is a rhetorical device, hence the rhetorical question, that creates curiosity and gets the reader thinking. Thinking equals active engagement with your writing, and that's a very good thing. Number 2, share an anecdote or a quote. Anecdotes are quick stories that can make people laugh or immediately establish a main point of your post. A nice quote from a recognizable authority or a famous person can also work wonders when holding attention in those crucial opening seconds. Number 3, invoke the mind's eye. Producing a mental image in a reader's mind is one of the most powerful things you can do as a writer. So expressly engaging the imagination is a powerful opening technique. Activate the mind's eye of the reader by using words like imagine, picture this, or do you remember when? Number 4, use an analogy, metaphor, or simile. Analogies, metaphors, and similes are some of the most powerful devices available when it comes to telling a story in a single sentence. This is a great way to capture the reader's attention and also acts to provoke mental imagery that allows readers to tell the story to themselves. And then number 5 is cite a shocking statistic. Start off with an interesting factoid that is also a great technique. People love being provided with interesting data, but only if it's unique, startling, or even shocking. The statistic should also be directly relevant to the point of your post as well. Now, one final tip, the third most important part of your blog is the closing. And a great way to close it is to tie back into your opening. Now, how do you get more customers with content writing? You need a piece of content that's exciting, that feels special. It also has to have a great headline. Not only that, you have to show your potential audience that you know your stuff and that you can solve a worthwhile problem. Otherwise, they might enjoy reading your content, but they won't bother coming back for more. White papers, special reports, extended tutorials, manifestos, and viral video all make excellent high-quality content. And contrary to popular belief, you do want marketing messages in your content, but they have to be palatable and subtle. You're not closing sales here, you're just beginning the conversation. Raise questions and poke around at pain points that you can address in later content. Tell stories that resolve objections, but be subtle about it. The purpose of content is to get your audience to a receptive state of mind before they start hearing overt sales messages from you. Create interest and desire for what you have to offer, but don't talk too much about how you're going to solve the audience's problems. Just make their lives really wonderful. If your content is compelling enough, your audience will stick around to find the answers. Also, be remarkable enough to share. If it's not good enough to link to, bookmark, retweet, and email friends about, it's probably not good enough content. But keep working on it and practice your copywriting skills. Converting readers into customers. Good bloggers are fantastic at capturing attention, but sometimes we have a tough time knowing what to do with it. The answer is to keep delivering compelling messages to your new audience, either using a blog, an email responder, autoresponder, or both. Here's where you use content marketing fundamentals to start creating a social commercial relationship. Obviously, you can still deliver terrific quality, and you can teach and entertain more than you sell at this point. You use metaphor, rhythm, and vivid language to make your writing sing. You begin to call in your copywriting bag of tricks, adding more persuasive elements to your writing. At this point, you're building a case, establishing trust, and increasing the intensity of your audience's desire. When you're ready to take an order, send your loyal fan to a well-crafted landing page. The page does the most explicit selling and a killer offer and a clear call to action. There's definitely an art to writing an effective landing page, and if you've primed your audience with smart content strategy, the landing page doesn't nearly have as much work to do. How do you want to grab the attention of the big players in your industry? And you definitely want to leverage their power. In this part, I'll share with you how you can grow a loyal and sustained fan base by working with top experts in your niche. They're out there, and it's not nearly as hard to get a hold of them as you think that might be. Everyone wants really entertaining, useful content, and that's what content marketing is all about. But they also want great people. And when you present a new idea for it with a new voice to your audience, your blog becomes a valuable source people will want to visit again and again. Bringing in experts rounds out your site and adds dimension. Getting outside experts involved also validates your own expertise. And when you can attract the best, people will see that you are an expert in your own right. There's often an overlooked benefit of working with experts too. If you work well together, some may turn out to be strategic partners who can take your business to places you never dreamed. Now, experts can include authors, particularly those who have new books coming out, people who frequently speak in relevant topics, bloggers who are creating exceptional content, and practitioners working inside companies. Now, I'm going to give you 4 ways you can work with experts for getting good content. What about doing a trade show interview? A great way to get content is from experts with an on-location interview, and there's no better place than a trade show. You'll find lots of experts around your particular topic, and they're often in the right frame of mind to do a quick interview. But a tip here is to try to arrange that interview prior to the event so the expert is prepared. Next is the book interview, and what's one of the best ways to hit up experts when they have a new book coming out. The author is typically in a promotional mode and seeking exposure for his or her book. The book typically contains new ideas that your audience might be interested in. And a tip here is record the interview and have it transcribed. This makes it easy to turn into an article for future use. Now, the guest blog is if you have access to an audience that experts want to be in front of, consider asking them to write a guest blog for your blog. Experts are busy, and writing a post or a series of posts is a big commitment, so be sure you have a really solid case why they should contribute or consider working with you. If your audience is still kind of small, exposure is probably not a good solid case. But if you can't make the case and your expert is a blogger, ask if you can write a guest blog for their site. You have to put some work into it, but the benefits will be really substantial. Lastly, what about doing a radio interview show? If you've got a really charismatic expert who's willing to enter a true relationship with you or partnership, consider inviting that expert to host an online radio show. At this point, I'm going to give you 3 essentials of content marketing. And the first one is you want to give your readers a cookie. What's the smartest way to train a puppy to sit on command? Give him a cookie, a nice pat on the head, and every time he does what you want, even enough cookies and enough pats on the head, and he starts to think sitting on command was his idea. And he likes you and he trusts you and he sits when you say sit, because it's in his best interest to do that. Your content needs to work the same way. High-quality content trains your readers and listeners to keep opening your posts. It rewards them for doing what you want them to do. That means that every piece of content you write has to solve a problem your audience cares about, or it has to entertain them, but preferably both. Everything they receive from you should make them feel good. Each piece of content is a cookie that rewards your audience for consuming it. When you do this consistently, your content becomes an appealing habit for your readers, and they want to see your name in the email box or Twitter. They want to retweet, and they know that there will be something on the other side that they really like, and they'll continue to click through. Most people who try content marketing get this wrong. They actually train their readers to look away, by producing content that doesn't benefit readers, putting too much irrelevant, fluffy information out there, or by overselling. The second thing is position yourself for success. Remember your mom telling you that you had to be a good friend to get lots of friends? Well, if you want more customers, you need to be someone worth doing business with. Yes, it's about authority and not being a guru who can never admit to weakness, but your audience wants a smart leader, one who knows things. They want someone to share experiences, and they want someone to lead by example. They want a trustworthy person whose word means something, and you definitely want to show that you know your stuff, but that doesn't mean your readers want a college lecture either. The third section is sell smart. Remember, you're not trying to land a sale in a single shot, like some desperate used car dealer. Instead, you're building a content net that supports this sale and many others after this one. Use your content to address underlying objections that might keep someone from buying. Use it to tell interesting stories about how others have benefited from your offering. Use proven persuasion techniques to show your reader how much she needs your product or service. Remember, successful salespeople will tell you that your customer needs to know you, like you, and trust you before they'll buy. That's exactly why content marketing is so effective. Great content buys you time to build a trusting relationship, so use that time wisely. Yes, you still want to ask for the order with a strong call to action, but keep the balance right. Use your content to build desire for your product and to create an unshakable relationship with your audience. Then ask for the sale. In conclusion, your content marketing needs strong, well-crafted copywriting in order to train your audience to follow you. This session is related to the email building session, so I recommend that you do both sessions together. You will also find a worksheet to help you get started with your content marketing. Also, refer to the Ideal Prospect worksheet to hone in on who your ideal prospect is, so your content will be written to that particular person. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.